Welcome everybody to our live day trading pre-market analysis morning show. It is Thursday, April the 29th, 2021. All right, let's say hello to beautiful Gates in the live chats. JD Snow Dog, Joe, Mr. Joe, Miss Festus. All right, folks. It is currently 5:52 Pacific time, AM. That is in Southern California, which means it is fast approaching at 9 a.m. in New York and in Toronto. Welcome for yet another opportunity to take a look at the US equity stock markets on here. If please somebody could confirm the quality of the sound, then we should get going. In the meantime, I'm going to bring in TradingView charting. That's what we use on here just because of its many features. But I mean, for those who are starting the trading journey, you can definitely use any type of a stock chart thing that your broker may provide, as long as you have the necessary features on there. So for us, we use TradingView on here, and typically on this day trading pre-market analysis, we start with the view, taking a look at the US ETF SPY QQQ IWM, as they provide an overall view, 30,000 feet view of what's going on. And what's going on, folks, this morning, if you have not, you haven't spent time in pre-markets, this is what's looking at us. SPY yesterday, after the Fed chairman had the press conference at 2:30, there was plenty of opportunities in both directions, folks. Yeah, to to make money on SPY yesterday and this morning, following a slew of earnings. We talked about this yesterday. I mean, mainly we suggested yesterday on the tech ones that we have a series of companies in the queues that's where reporting the earning, and it was an opportunity to trade that QQQ through them with minimize exposure to implied volatility. So SPY is gapping up big, relatively speaking, because lately this is the daily chart. A 3-point gap on SPY now, that's trading at 400 something, 417.40 yesterday, 420.41 according to the screen that we're looking at from TradingView. I mean, I can confirm on here. I usually have a control set of my. I mean, I have a watch list, the same watch list that I have on here on Webull, my Webull app. So yeah, SPY is currently at 420.40. So yep, the information here is correct. So I mean, it's not a surprise, right? SPY has gone 1, 2, 3 consecutive days in a very, very tight range. How tight? Let's go to the 15-minute chart here very quickly. Other than yesterday, starting at 2 o'clock Eastern, when the Fed rate decision came, it was unchanged, so that was expected. It didn't create. I mean, there was the usual pop, yeah, where it went to 418, and then came back down. We actually entered our put initially right there, and then it proceeded to gain $1.50 to 418.84, then came back down and then finally settled. Yeah, it was a little bit of madness. But we have seen by now, this is how FOMC trade, right? So next time, because we last time we took the time to I think, were we live with you? I'm not so sure, but speaking of being live, we are going to do a live day trading session today, right, at the last hour. I cannot, so it's gonna be lunchtime in California. So join successful trading for lunch in California, wherever you are. It's late. It's gonna be 9 what time, 8 p.m. in London. Yeah, not that bad for those who are in London. The rest of the US here, the East Coast folks, it's mid-afternoon for them, 3 p.m. thereabout. So we are going to send that live day trading to just take a look at the opportunity, because we have other earnings tomorrow, right? I think the likes of Amazon are still to be expected after hours today. So let's see what that brings. But yesterday, this was what SPY brought, the volatility that the FOMC meeting and the press conference brought to us. So hopefully you were able to take advantage of that. Here's very quickly, here's QQQ. QQQ, I mean, it behaves similarly, yes, but if you cannot see the chart properly, I mean, on the daily chart, because I'm not sharing the daily yet, but on the daily, hello, from 339 to 342.77. Yep, that's how QQQ will roll. It's up 1.1%. I mean, 1% on any type of stock is no big deal for days. The ETFs, that's a big deal. That's a big deal because this is being the catalyst on some of these. I mean, there are several catalysts, right? I mean, the praise speaking, whatever the algos that goes out of that uh, Chairman Powell press conference yesterday, plus the earnings, right? The likes of app, those two, right? If you are new, let's quickly take the opportunity here to remind you, because it's not really I mean, if it's new information, good, no problem. But for most of the traders here, I'm hoping this is just a reminder of the weights that just a handful of company they have on these assets, right? So let's say on QQQ, because that's the one that's on the screen right now. On QQQ, the top 10 holdings on there in terms of company. Apple account for 11% of QQQ. Microsoft 9.52. The earnings for Microsoft yesterday, at the day before yesterday after hours, and the way it traded yesterday, it was actually negative. I mean, in terms of contribution, it wasn't that much. So Amazon is still to report. Tesla has reported already in past week, but today we have two of them. Apple number one at 11%, and Facebook number five, about 4%. So we have just between Apple and Facebook, which reporting their contribution in QQQ, it's over 15%. Yeah, more like close to 16%. So that gives you an idea. And then yesterday, Google reported as well, but that Google was bullish yesterday, but for whatever reason, it didn't influence QQQ that much. The Qs were down slightly yesterday. None of that, all of that is all forgotten, because yesterday the close at 339 was like, interesting. And then this morning, switcheroo, opposite direction, more than up more than 3 points this morning. So we talked about that yesterday. So hopefully you were able to set at worst, you set up a strangle on it. The call side of it is definitely going to get you going in the right direction. And we still have Amazon is reporting after hours, right? Let me check on here who's reporting after hours today. So we will be scrutinizing those in our live day trading session. I mean, we're gonna call it launch with successful trading. Launched in California with successful trading. So we have after hours. We have Amazon. We have Neo. We have Twitter. Oh my goodness! And we have Western Digital. All right, so maybe we are not being able. I mean, I don't know. It doesn't matter for me. I could go all the way from 3 p.m. to 4:30. By 4:30, usually we have all of those. But the key on here is that we are going to be able to see the after-hour trading on SPY and QQQ. It's always interesting, right? If you have not, you don't know that by now. These ETF, they trade an extra 15 minutes on there. All right, so that's well. Let's see the last the last and not the other ETF that we take a look at here. Here is our friend IWM. It's trying. I mean, it's from a technical point of view. We said it enough yesterday. If you were with us in this pre-market analysis. We talked about from a technical point of view, it's definitely bullish. Why? It's above the closest natural support under by quite a few. The yellow line, the exponential moving average 8, but technically it still does not have room on the upper Bollinger. So that's what you need to know about stock trading and the technicalities. It's not that it need more strength, meaning more buyers to be able to take it. So obviously some of those buyers, they may show up in pre-market where the stock now it's printing 230.73. So the previous all-time high here was recorded on March the 15th at 234 thereabouts. So let's see between today and tomorrow, let's see if IWM will be able to get above that. All right. Okay. So, oh yeah, the other ETF, which I mean, if it's for me, it's always very not. I mean, not the first time. We shared this chart yesterday. If you were with us in pre-market yesterday, yeah, this was again for us on here. We spend time bringing you the opportunities to consistently make money in the market. Yeah, that's the goal of this live day trading pre-market analysis morning show. That's me. Yeah, we teach techniques. Sometimes it's straight up. We build trade, and we're gonna talk about one, or we build live trade using our proven strategies. Uh, that we invite you, if you are interested in learning, we invite you to come to successful trading and learn that. So yesterday we talked about this chart. The chart has everything bullish about it now. I mean, if this stock doesn't go to, what's the upper Bollinger, 84.69, yeah, it's starting this morning at 84.26. But then we said we typically do not trade that. So yesterday, what did I trade as a proxy to this? This being XOP. Sorry, I didn't say the name. That's the oil and gas exploration. Yeah, I need to be careful about my delivery, because some people actually told me that sometimes they just listen. Right? They don't maybe have the opportunity to be in front of the screen and to be able to actually see what I'm showing. So I need to be mindful of that and spell out the specific stock. So XOP, it's the oil and gas exploration ETF, and for us, we like to trade that through some more liquid stocks, such as, let's say, Exxon. We traded Exxon yesterday. It wasn't much of a gain. I mean, by the time, the best way to would have been to make money was when we started our trade alerts last week. The highlights, yeah, people in our Discord can attest of this. We highlighted that the computer was giving us a lot of all stocks, yeah. Hence, I think yesterday again, I mentioned all of those that were parts, that are parts, because that list is still valid, right? We'll have a brand new list today, as we do on every Thursday. But we had HFC, XOM, MPC, and CVX. So Chevron, Exxon on here, and Holy Frontier were, and then Marathon Petroleum as well. There were some more crew. All of them, they move similar. I also like to add to that Halliburton and Oxy. Let's just quickly here look at the chart of Oxy. This is a tiny Occidental Petroleum. Yeah, it's they trade alike. So here it is now. Seeing what's it's still tradable, folks. This is still tradable. Expiration is tomorrow, so you still have you don't look at this as, oh, I missed on the trade. No, if anything, this is a bullish move here after being bearish for the longest of time. When a stock reverse like this, all of these stocks, right, that pattern will be the same. Yeah, this is how you make money, folks, by identifying within the same sector a set of stocks, and you can just pick one. There's no right or wrong. Let's say if you pick yesterday, you picked, or earlier this week you picked XOM like we did, or CVX, or Halliburton. I mean, let's check a few of them on here as we have. Look, the chart, they look the same. All of them, they confirmed yesterday above the supporting exponential moving average. Here you go. Here's the chart of Halliburton. So if Halliburton, for instance, look at the room that Halliburton has. But Halliburton has to do something for us, well, for the bulls, right? In order for it to be fully bullish, it needs to be above this green line, let's say 20.40, 20.50, the exponential moving average 20, and even that white line there, the middle of the upper and lower Bollingers. That's what the white line is. So 20.60, and you have yourself a trade for even next week. That's how this trend starts. Look at this trend here, for instance, right? A long trend here that start all tends to trade, and commodities like to trade like that. They either the bearish or bullish, and then they will go on a long trend. So I'm providing this here for consideration for you. People are always asking for long-term trend. Okay, so you put an alert here on. Let me actually do that live because I can. So add an alert. We're going to say that, okay, when Halliburton crosses, so crossing up, yeah. So what's the EMA, the green line EMA there is EMA 20 is 20.59. So we are going to put this thing at above the white line. So we are going to say 20.60, yeah. And just for good confirmation, we can even say 20.65. Go long with calls on Halliburton. I mean, in terms of expiration, I mean, you can use anything on here. I mean, if you want to use the May 21st, a potential strike price, I mean, you will have to calculate this. I mean, you can go for 25 calls or whatever. The whole thing is that if the chart turns bullishly, you have plenty of time. So that's how we go about it. So that's the alert on there. I just created the alert, and that's it. Forget about it. And then when the condition is met, you will be sent an email by TradingView or of the like. Trading, sometimes it's as simple as that, really, literally. Yeah. All right. So as we take a peek here inside of the live, the YouTube live chats, to welcome in Miss JLo. Welcome. And all right. So we're talking about some of the trade that's worked yesterday. Some of the sectors that worked yesterday. All stock are definitely. A stock that worked yesterday and where we are keeping our eye on is definitely this one. Snap is we got into Snap last week from earnings, so it has been very volatile, to be honest with you. Very a little bit of a nut to trade, but let's see on here as again the bullish trend is forming. Well, two green candles, but the close above both the yellow line, exponential moving average 8, recent momentum, and exponential moving average 20. So that's there. This is a stock that was trading in late February of this year. Yes, less than 2 months ago or thereabouts, at $73. At $62, it's but he has gone through a lot. He has gone through a lot on here. So let's see what happened. Definitely for me, a full bullish setup here for next week will be, let's say, if it closes this week above 65 for sure. But right now, 62.80. I strongly encourage you, and I'm doing that. I'm trading this with. I took the 62 calls very early yesterday, because yesterday it dipped to 58, and so those. Let's see what they bring this morning. But this stock is very difficult to trade. I have to be honest. I mean, this is really difficult to trade. But let's make some money on here today and tomorrow. It's one of those stock that's in our Friday runners. If you don't know what's our Friday's runners, that's a strategy that we have here. It's actually one of our most powerful strategy on here, backed by multi-year experience. Our subscribers, they enjoy that. So that's a trade that we are going to be sharing live today. Yeah, because we will be live today 4 p.m. to, I don't know, 4:30 Eastern, and so we will be revealing even our trade alerts live, because that's the time that I usually do them. Oh, that's so I'm excited already. So we will be sharing all of those that live. We are yet to create the live. The link for that, we will post it inside our Discord, and obviously all of the subscribers on YouTube, they will get the notification. So I'm looking to do that here over the next couple of hours after we finish this. Okay, so that's what else worked yesterday for us? Oh yeah. We took a gangster trade yesterday. We had to. We had to. Not trading gangster trade on this. Let me bring the chart of that stock. Well, the daily chart tells us something, but I mean, for me, let's look at this 15-minute chart and tell me if it would have been okay for you to make money trading AMG from $89 yesterday. What was the low here of the day? The low of the day yesterday was like 83.92. Yeah, so we live yesterday on this very live day trading pre-market analysis morning show, we together we build that trade. Yeah, if you recall, or you can go and watch the video yesterday of yesterday, where we suggested the 78, 79, 80 puts between 5 and 10 cents. I got a feel pretty much for everything. We got the 100. Yeah, we got the feel for pretty much all of the strike price. So the put side that one. But even if folks, yeah, my points on here is that on AMG, even if you didn't trade the gangster trade yesterday, yeah, after 15 minutes, this thing is built. First of all, it's starting the day way outside of the upper Bollinger. I've shared with you, if you don't know by now, this is one of my favorite setups. Stock that gap. The bigger the gap, the better. Yeah, stock that gap's big. Yeah, but on this direction, when the gap up big like this, it's for me, I feel very comfortable trading that. Absolutely, because then because a stock can only stay easy to say stay for so long outside of the upper Bollinger. So but sometimes they just reverse and do things like this. So yeah, and then we're able to profit on it. Notice that neither the 78, 79 or the 80 put, they came in the money. They were not close to the money. I mean, the closest, the 80 the closest I came to the money was like at 11.15, but we still made money on all of those strike price. Yeah, so that's some of the techniques we will teach you how to do here. Another stock that worked a little bit yesterday, but we're looking for the second day momentum on here, or reversal, or whatever that is. This one gapped yesterday for us, and we set it up, but it was a slow moving. Pins was slow moving. This is what it looks like on the daily chart. So on the daily chart, this is what it looks like. I mean, from this point, from a purely technical point of view, one will say, okay, in the past, what has been the behavior of this stock here? We see almost a quadruple bottom here. Well, no, a triple bottom, because if I call it quadruple, that means I'm assuming that we are going to bounce off of here. So what we are seeing on, maybe quadruple, let's say, there's this one here, early January, where it spends quite some time at these levels. You can see the orange line, that's what the orange line depicts, and then recovered all the way to 76, but it took it a few days. Here was a more straight up January 27th. After dumping on here, it quickly reversed and went all the way on a series of higher highs all the way to 86. Yeah. Then we have this other instance here, March the 8th, reversal, and let's say week time, yeah, 6 days of trading days to go from $62 all the way to 75. Then more recently here on March the 25th. So this is yeah, I think we have an article called Triple Bottom on our successful trading. I remember I was polishing that article recently. Well, I'm going to capture this screen and put this as another example. So every time that I see an example of triple bottom or quadruple bottom, so this is it here. So I'm gonna ask put that opportunity on here to say, okay, if this thing is to bounce, obviously we only have two days for this week, right? But you can set up a trade for May, let's say, depending if you want to be conservative. So, for us, typically we like to not buy time that much, right? So we have May the 7 or May the 14, yeah, and then pick, I don't know, even 80 calls. They are going to be the cheapest, yeah. But in order for that to happen, what we need to see from this thing is definitely stay steady on here. So we will start building on that trade today, tomorrow. So meaning, again, exploiting the weakness whenever this thing dips a little bit. But as long as it stayed above 64, yeah, we will be setting up that trade. Okay, hopefully you got something out of that. Very quickly, let's go to FinViz. What's moving these markets? I mean, we put this screen on here even before the show started. So this is the FinViz filters that we have, optionable over $20 and over 1 million shares. And each and every day in this live day trading pre-market analysis morning show, we showcase opportunities on here. Opportunity on here that's definitely I will advise you looking at, if you haven't done it yet, is to go to whichever stock that had earnings yesterday after market close and today before market open. Once you do, you add that extra filter, 84 stock, folks. You have 84 stock that you can potentially trade. I mean, we don't trade 84 stock, but for us, we're keeping an eye on those 84. But more importantly, we're keeping an eye on the one that are moving the most. All right, so Facebook, Qualcomm, that's pretty much I think that's all we need to know. Okay, Apple, if you're into Apple, I don't know the extent of the move on Apple. If you have your quantitative analysis, earning quantitative analysis document, which if you're a subscriber to Successful Trading, you're entitled to this document. So check with me on why you may not have it. And if you are not, this is our invitation to join us, because we do not take trades before earnings, but we certainly know, just as we showed you on AMD, right? We know how to confidently trade after the stock have published their earnings. So this morning, Facebook is up 8%, fantastic. So for us, this document here, its goal is to give us confidence that there is still money to be made after a company like Facebook has declared earnings today and tomorrow. So hence, that will lead us to our favorite things that we like to do here. Let's set up a gangster trade on Facebook. All right, so very quickly, I'm going to switch screen. Yeah, it's just switching screen is too much. I mean, the study here shows that, hey, on day one, Facebook has a propensity, yeah, to provide opportunity on the downside. That has been the case over the last 8 earnings. The only earning where it didn't do that was January 29 earning, where it only moved by minus 86% on the downside. This is the price between the open and the low. Yeah, so that's the it's help us measure the move on the put side and on the call side. On the green side for the calls, on the whatever sells are red. So, but then the second day that they imagine tomorrow, if let's say Facebook goes down 3%, this is a $330 stock, right? As we speak. So it's being suggesting that that's 10 points on a Friday, my friend. So that's why for us setting up this against our trade today, it's actually fantastic. Yeah, it's fantastic. So let's go ahead and do that on here. So yeah, I think we have time only for Facebook, but I mean, hopefully you have done similar thing, because we have taught this strategy to our subscriber. You have done the same thing already prior to us getting together here, either on Qualcomm or in Apple or any other stock that's moving in pre-market there. All right, so Facebook currently trading at $333. Yeah, that's our reference points. Okay, so we have 2 days to expiration. So 2 days to expiration, I mean, you can check the ATR technique overall, but for me, really, I mean, I just come in here, right? And what the line of screenage it's is going to show is the option chain. The current option chain, I know I'm not sharing the option chain screen, folks. I'm just trying to buy time here. So please follow with me. The 345 calls yesterday, they were worth 14 cents. So we know already that a bid on them, it's below that number because the stock is up $23 since yesterday. Even with the implied volatility coming down, it's going to be a hard time for us to get that. So fine. So we cannot take that. But the 350 call, they were going for 7-10 cents yesterday. Yeah. So that's a good starting point here for us. Or I'm not seeing the price of the 347.5. So if you would like, may I suggest 345.5, 350, and maybe let's go to the next one that they're offering here is 355. But really, more seriously, 350, 355 calls. And what's our offer on here? So yesterday, the 350, they were going for, let's say, 9 cents. If they were to double, there would be 20 cents, thereabouts. So for us, we want to try to get these for 10 to 15 cents. I mean, max 20 cents, really. But okay, maybe because, and the reason for me I'm giving 10 to 15 cents, maybe for those you can adjust 15 cents to 20, but then for the 355, definitely 10 to 15 cents. That's how I don't wonder. But again, that's one side of the gangster trade. The other side of the gangster trade calls for puts, and we know already that the quant analysis that you are looking at shows opportunity. So what's the ideal scenario for us? The ideal scenario for us on this trade is which that we saw in January of 27, meaning the last earning, meaning the stock is gapping. It puts in a high, let's say from 330. When we are here, it opened at 330, 331, goes into maybe 340. We make money on the calls. Yeah, because we can get into those 355 calls, and we don't need to be in the money to transform those 10 cents into maybe 30, 20, 30 cents, right? And then while the stock is going up, the puts become super cheap, and we are able to get into the puts, the strike on the put that we are about to be looking at. So, okay, so which strike do we want to pick here for the put side? So realistically, 307, it's where the stock was yesterday. So 307 between, let's say, in 2 days here, we can say between today and tomorrow, 20 points down for this thing. So let's go. We can target then 305. We want to target 305, puts 310, and I would say 315. So 305, 310, 315 put, we want to get this thing super cheap, folks. Yeah, we want to get these things super cheap, and that will be a limit order of 5 to 10 cents. Okay? All right. So that's the live day trading pre-markets gangster trade on Facebook, which is up 7%. It was even up much higher. I mean, the entire is the market retreating now? Are they thinking that has overheated? Yeah, because assist in Snap is retreating. from its earlier high. I mean, again, when a market gap up like this, folks, all you and I we know is that there are opportunities to trade. Yeah. But now, the way to go about that is not just to blindly think, oh, the market is bullish or anything. No, actually, when the market is bullish, that's where you have nice setup for scalping in the opposite direction. So hopefully, that's something that you are all familiar with and you're ready to take advantage of. We thank you for your time. I'm going to give everybody 8 minutes back off of this live day trading pre-market analysis morning show. We will reconvene at 3 p.m. Join us and we will see how to take advantage of the opportunities for this April the 29th, 2020. Thank you, everybody. We'll catch you later. Have a great trading session. Bye-bye.